What's up, guys? Today we're checking out the Boker Plus Max. However, this one is special as this is a Wehr Knives design. I've been a big admirer of Wehr Knives and their designs for a while now, but I could just never justify the cost as their knives are way often out of my price range, pushing well past the $300 mark. Desperate to get one in hand, I picked up the Civivi Nugs, which Wehr Knives designed, but it just left me wanting a little bit more. Fortunately, Nox Knife Mods recently had a video and put this one on my radar that seemed a little bit more true to the originals. Still bearing the Wehr Knives branding, this little guy can be found for just over $100. So how does this Boker hold up? Is it as good as its more expensive siblings, or is it just the ugly stepchild? Right out of the box, the Plus Max stands out. You've got a 3.31 inch S35VM blade with a really nice satin finish that looks really clean and classy. And this steel makes it more than just a pretty knife. It's tough, corrosion resistant, and it holds a really good edge for everyday cutting tasks for things like boxes, food prep, rope, etc. This handle is a solid dark gray titanium and it's milled from a solid single piece. It gives the knife a kind of a premium weight and strength without being too overly heavy. It's clocking in around 3.9 ounces, so it's actually great for daily carry. So on paper, we have a winner here. High-end steel, titanium handle, and a designer that is often unobtainable for people in my price bracket. So how does it feel in hand and how does it carry? Is this an actual performer or just a showpiece? The titanium handle feels nice and balanced in hand, and these little cuts on the handle give a little bit extra grip as the titanium is rather smooth otherwise. The handle is just over 4 inches long, so there's just enough here for a rather solid grip. I will say that this pocket clip protrudes a little bit far from the knife, so the clip is definitely noticeable in hand. It's not a hot spot per se, but it's not the most comfortable thing if holding for longer periods or for harder cuts. Coming in with an overall length of 7.6 inches, this isn't a tiny gentleman's knife and it isn't a monster tactical blade either. It sits right in that sweet middle ground for EDC, comfortable to carry and comfortable to use in hand. Comparing this to some other popular folders, this fits in really nicely with the Kaiser Drop Bear, along with the Hogue Deca, which makes it a really great size for an everyday carry knife. But one thing that does limit its potential to carry is the pocket clip. The pocket clip is tip up, right hand only, and even though I actually really like the design of this, it's not deep carry, and you'll have a nice chunk of the knife riding above the pocket. Opening is done via the dual thumb studs on either side, and it's smooth with a confident snap. However, this is also where this knife runs into its main issue. This knife is running on washers, and it's definitely noticeable when you compare it to the competition running on bearings. I am by no means a snob when it comes to this type of stuff, but with the Plus Max here, it can be a bit stiff and require a good deal of break-in period. Funny enough, when I opened this out of the box, I had to do a little bit of work on the pivot to even get it to this stage. In a world where sub $50 Kaisers and Civivis have insanely smooth action, it's just kind of hard getting this in hand and being a little bit disappointed. Even though the action seems pretty good now, it's not centered and I cannot get the action and the centering to line together as one will always be out of whack. Outside of the action, the lockup is solid due to the frame lock and you can easily manipulate it one hand and it's pretty easy to access. Comparing the Plus Max to other EDC knives I've reviewed, on paper it sits higher than most budget folders because of the steel choice and titanium handle. But on paper, it's closer than you would think due to its action and QC. Should you overlook these issues, this is a great knife for anyone with premium materials without boutique pricing. The S35VM blade and solid titanium frame give it that feel that's often only found in knives twice the price. Now for some really quick pros and cons to decide if this is your next carry. Pros: premium materials. You have a really nice titanium handle and CPM S35VN steel. This is pretty nice in hand, balanced carry weight, not too bad, but overall pretty nice. Great slicing performance right out of the box, really nice blade, I love this blade shape, and you get that look and feel of a Wehr Knives for half the price. But there are some cons here. First up is the pocket clip. Right hand tip up only clip that might not suit lefties and it's not comfortable in hand. It kind of just shoots way too far out of the knife for me. And once again, I already went over the action previously, but it's just not what I've expected. Finally, the price. Considering this was released around the $280 mark, I think that's just absolutely crazy. These are now on sale for a bit over $100, and I think that's much more reasonable. So what's the bottom line? The Boker Plus Max comes so close to scratching that itch for me when it comes to wanting a true Wehr Knives production folder, but it just falls a tad short. Action aside, I think I'm still wishing this had a touch of micarta like the Alley, and the all titanium frame lock here just seems a little bit boring for me without it. I'm still thankful I got the chance to pick this up, but I don't see it lasting in my collection for that long. Again, huge shout out to Nox Knife Mods for putting this on my radar. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this review and want to see more deep dives into more EDC gear, hit that like button below, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell me what knife you want to see reviewed next. I'll catch you in the next one.